Hello everyone, and welcome to Sanctuary Live. Today we're going to be working with planting seeds of manifestation. You're working with the cycles of the moon. The full moon is generally a time of letting go, where the new moon is a time for thinking about things that you want to do in your life and setting intentions. So we're going to start with a little meditation just to begin to plant some seeds and then work with those manifestations throughout the practice. This will be a very gentle practice. It's just as the time of the new moon, the energy is very low in the air, and so we'll be working with a lower energy kind of practice. So you can begin either laying or sitting cross-legged, or like so, or if you prefer to lay on your back, you can also lay on your back for the meditation, which you can have the soles of the feet together, one hand over the heart and the other over the belly, or you can have your legs extended out in more in a Savasana shape. So whatever resonates with you for meditation, you can do that. I'm just going to take seated as it's a little bit easier for me to speak, but you can go ahead and stay laying on your back if that's where you choose to meditate. So just closing your eyes, and take a few long, deep breaths. Feeling the body just completely releasing and relaxing. Feeling all of the facial muscles relaxing. The entire body relaxing. And just begin to observe the breath as it flows in and out of the body. Allowing the breath to be very full, very natural. We just want to lengthen the breath just a little bit, moving more into a conscious, mindful breathing. And observing how the body changes with each breath, watching how the chest lifts and the belly moves, not trying to change anything, simply observing. And watching not only the inhales and the exhales, but noticing the pauses between the breath. So watch the breath go in, watch the pause, watch the breath go out, watch the second pause. So there's 4 parts to the breath: the inhale, the exhale, and the 2 pauses. By watching all 4 parts of the breath, it just helps to keep your attention on the breath. So the breath is then a moving meditation point in the ever-present moment. And as you're observing the breath, start to think about something in your life that you want to create. Perhaps it's a project, perhaps it's a dream or a desire or something that you have been working towards. Maybe you've been procrastinating a little bit. Think about everything that you've been wanting to do. Try to come up with a few different things. Now perhaps there is one prominent thought or dream or desire that's standing out amongst the rest. And try to zone in on just that one dream. Hold it steady in your mind. In order for us to plant the seed for manifestation, we need to be very clear on what it is that we are working towards. And feeling yourself already having achieved this, whatever it is that you're working towards. Feel that it's already happened. And noticing the feelings that are in your body. Happiness or excitement. Really connect with the feeling that you have, that you've already achieved this goal or this dream. As you inhale, say the words quietly to yourself, I am. And as you exhale, capable. Now say this 3 times with the breath, on your own breath. Inhale, I am. Exhale, capable. And anytime throughout the practice that it comes to mind, just remember those words, I am capable. And keep coming back to your dream or to your desire, holding the vision that you've already attained it throughout the practice. And we'll work with those seeds. So finding your way up to seated if you're on your back, slowly, taking as much time as you need. Gently drawing the arms up, pressing the palms together, and as you exhale, the hands come down to heart center. Good. Inhale, the arms come up, pressing the palms together. And as you exhale, hands come down to heart center. Beautiful. Following with your own breath, just a few more times. And repeating the words, I am capable. Beautiful. Taking your right hand, placing it on the ground, left arm comes up, and just extending over, coming into a nice side stretch. Inhale up, and exhale over to the other side. Good. Let's create a little bit of a flow. Inhale up to center, and exhale over to the other side. Inhale up, and exhale over. Beautiful. Just a few more times either side. Good. And taking the hands, wrap them around behind your back, interlace your fingers, roll your shoulders back, lifting your hands away from your back. Gently closing the eyes, tuning into the sensations where you're feeling all of the opening in the body. Push your hands away a little bit further, creating a bit more space across the chest and shoulders. And breathing deeply. Holding the vision of your dream in your mind. Good. And gently release. Arms come out to a T, palms face the ground. Crossing over, so the left arm is going to go above the right, above the elbows, bending at the elbows. And then the palms together, lifting the elbows up and gently closing the eyes. See if you can lift the elbows up a little bit higher, creating a bit more space. Good. And then drop the elbows towards the belly and hands fall away as the neck releases. And back to center. Hands onto the knees. Let's roll the shoulders a little bit back and forward. Good. Arms come out to a T, palms face the ground, crossing over. This time the right goes above the left. Above the elbows, bending at the elbows, palms together, and lift. Long, deep breath. Keep the eyes closed. Good. Drop the elbows into the belly, hands fall away, and the neck releases. Beautiful. Hands go onto the knees. We'll do some soupy soupy grinds. So making nice big circles with the spine and the chest. Inhale forward and exhale back. Doesn't matter what direction, wherever you instinctively went is perfectly fine. Good. Opposite direction. And back to center. Let's just extend the legs out in front of us. And just pop the knees up and down. If you did stay seated, you might need to get the blood flowing in your knees again. So just bopping them up and down. And then we're just going to move into a very gentle forward bend. As this is our first forward bend, we're just going to our body's natural point of resistance. So dropping the head down, dropping the neck down. And just meeting your body right where it's at. No forcing or pushing, just relaxing, releasing the neck. Good. And with your exhale, see if you can go a little bit further. Allowing yourself to relax into the posture as opposed to forcing yourself. We're still just warming up the body. Anytime we're in a forward bend, it's always a very introspective place. It's like a coming home, and as the new moon is the time of introspection, it's really nice to spend a bit of time in the forward bends. And again, visualizing your dream, holding it steady in your mind, repeating the words, I am capable. And coming up, let's place the soles of the feet together. Placing your hands just onto your ankles and just start to bop the knees up and down again. A little bit. This helps to get into the hip sockets and releasing any tension in there. And close the eyes, sitting with a nice straight spine. Good. And coming to stillness, lifting the chest, leading with your chin, and we make our way into our second forward bend. Releasing the head and completely relax. And every exhalation, feeling your body just softening into the posture. Beautiful. And lifting up, and this time we're going to take the ankles a little bit further away, targets a different area of the hips. And again, lifting the chest and leading with the chin, making your way into a forward bend again. Completely releasing the neck, allowing the body to just relax forward. Good. Lifting up, extending the legs out once more. Hands are just going to go behind you. Inhale, lifting the chest, and exhale, relax. Inhale, lifting the chest. You can come to your fingertips if that's a little bit easier. And exhale, relax. A couple more times in your own breath. Inhale and exhale. Inhale exhale. Inhale, last one, and exhale. Beautiful. Let's find our way onto our hands and our knees. We'll move into cat-cow. Hands fall directly underneath the shoulders. Knees fall directly underneath the hips. Inhale, looking up. And exhale, arching the spine, dropping the head. Good. Following your own breath, and really exaggerate the breathing. Seeing how long you can make the inhales and the exhales last. And we want the breath to be the metronome for the movement. It is setting the pace. So as the breath begins, the movement begins, and as the breath ends, the movement ends. Breath moves the body. Good. And then taking the knees nice and wide, bum goes onto the heels, and extending the arms out for child's pose. Allowing the chest to sink towards the earth, either your chin or your forehead is on the ground. Feeling yourself just relaxing here. And observing the breath that flows in and out of the body. Good. And we'll take the left hand and slide it underneath, and then dropping back down onto your shoulder again. So we'll do a nice shoulder opener, and you can stay here with your forearm on the ground, or take the other arm, sweep it around, and grab onto your hip. Beautiful. And then we move to the other side. Dropping onto your shoulder. Other arm is just extended out, or reach around and grab onto your hip on the other side. Good. And coming back up again. We'll make our way onto our chest. Hands are going to slide back so that the elbows are up in the air. You can just do a gentle cobra flow. So inhale, lifting up, and exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, and exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Good. This time we'll hold up a little bit higher. Good. Gently release. Turn the cheek to one side. Arms go back. Palms face the ceiling. And relax. Good. And we'll move into Sphinx pose. So your elbows are going to fall underneath your shoulders. Palms and fingers are spread nice and wide. We're going to have a lift in the chest. So you don't want to be slumped down. You want to create this lift. Holding yourself up. Keep your gaze focused on only one spot. Avoid looking around. Nice, long, deep breaths. You're welcome to stay here, or you can move into seal pose, where you extend the arms straight. Turn the hands out just a little bit. And again, we're holding up, and avoid the sinking kind of feeling. So we don't want to look like this. We want to have a nice lift. Just a few more breaths here. Good. Gently lower. Arms go back. Palms face the ceiling. And relax. Taking the hands, interlace them behind the back, roll the shoulders back, lifting the hands away. Inhale, lifting the chest. Good. You can either stay here if you want to go a little bit deeper, lifting the legs also. Long, deep, mindful breaths. Good. Gently release. Turn your cheek the opposite direction. Arms go back, palms face the ceiling, and relax. Good. And arms go onto the ground, pushing yourself up to hands and knees. And then tucking the toes, sit bones go towards the sky, downward facing dog. Start paddling the legs out, getting a little bit of movement going. Have a look up your hands, make sure your fingers are spread nice and wide, your middle finger points directly forward. Let's come right up onto our tiptoes, and then lowering down. A little bit of flow. Inhale right up into your tiptoes, and exhale, lowering the heels. 2 more times. Inhale, exhale. Last one. Beautiful. Now taking the right foot, stepping it forward between the hands, dropping the back knee down, flatten the foot. And then inhale, lifting the chest, allowing the hips to be really, really heavy. So we're opening the front of the hip and the quadricep. A couple of deep breaths here. Good. And then leaning back, right foot lifts off the ground. Moving into a forward bend, a couple of breaths here. Let's make that into a flow. So inhale forward, and the hips drop down. And as you exhale, leaning back, forward bend. A couple more times. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Back up. Now let's just shuffle the right foot out to the side. Both hands are going to go into the instep. And you can stay here. Or if you'd like, you can come down onto your elbows. Or if your elbows are not quite on the ground, you can take a block or something just to place your elbows on. Just somewhere where you can completely relax. Allow the head to just hang and the hips to be really heavy. It's quite an intense posture. We store a lot of emotions in our hips, and so this posture, it's very normal to feel a little bit of motion when you really go to your mats. But just stay with the feeling. And just a few more breaths, allowing yourself to just sink right down. Beautiful. Lifting up. And just turning to the side a little bit, turning towards the right foot. Your left hand is on the ground, and you can either stay here or bend the back leg, reach back and hold on to your toes. Good. And making your way back to child's pose. Good. And coming back up, hands and knees, tucking the toes, sit bones towards the sky, downward facing dog. And again, just paddling the legs out. Good. And now taking the left foot, stepping it forward, dropping the back knee down, flatten the foot. Inhale, lifting the chest. Allow the hips to be really heavy. Opening the front of the hip and the quadricep. Good. And as you exhale, leaning back, forward bend. Good. Inhale, lifting. And exhale, forward bend. Inhale. And exhale. 2 more times. And we'll just hold here for a breath or 2. Good. Coming forward and shuffling your foot out to the side. And coming down onto your elbows or onto a block. Allowing your head to just hang. Your body weight is really heavy. And just noticing the sensations of the body, using that as a focal point for meditation. Good. And gently lifting up. And we're just turning the body towards the left. Your right hand stays on the ground. You can just push the knee open. Either choose to stay here or bending the right knee back and grabbing onto your toes. Looking to behind you. Just a few breaths here. Good. Gently release. And making your way back into child's pose. Good. Coming back up, downward facing dog. Taking the right heel, lifting it up towards the sky, holding it up. You can bend the knee, allowing the hip to fall open. Good. And then bringing your knee through, laying your shin to the side. We prepare for pigeon or sleeping swan, inching your back leg back, lifting the chest. We'll take a few breaths upright. Either staying here, or if you'd like to go a little bit deeper and challenge your balance, you can interlace your fingers behind your back, push your hands away. Good, and release. And start to lower yourself down. If your chest doesn't come all the way to the ground, you can use a block or something underneath your chest to support your body weight. It just takes the stress off of the hips so that you can fully relax. If you have the flexibility to lay your chest right on the ground, then using support is not necessary. Good. And as much as you can, inviting the entire body to relax and surrender and let go. Every exhalation is just total relaxation. The body's dropping towards the earth, allowing gravity to do all of the work. Again, as you're relaxing, holding the visualization of your manifestation clear in your mind. Repeating the words, I am capable. Good. And gently lifting up. First, just lifting the chest. And then tucking the toes, finding your way back. Downward facing dog, paddling the legs out. Taking the left heel, lifting it up high towards the sky, holding it up. You can bend the knee and allowing the hip to fall open. Good. And then swinging the knee all the way through. Lay your shin to the side, inching the back leg back, lift the chest. We'll stay upright for a couple of breaths, either staying here or interlace the fingers behind the back. Good. And gently lowering down, using a block for support if you need it. Only if you feel that you can't get comfortable, the support is always useful. Good, and relaxing the chest and feeling the entire body relaxing into the posture. Coming back to your visualization of your dreams and desires. Repeating the words, I am capable. Good. Gently lifting yourself up, making your way back, downward facing dog, paddling the legs out. And let's drop the knees down. And we'll come to a kneeling position. I'm just going to turn just for demonstration. You can just stay where you are. So we'll come up onto high knees. And first we'll take the right leg and extending it out. And your foot is going to be parallel to the side of the mat and the foot planted on the ground. Okay, we'll take our left hand and just placing it down beside us. And the other arm is going to come over, coming into a nice side stretch. Good. Inhale up. Your right hand is going to place onto your right leg, and the other hand is going to come over, coming to a side stretch the other direction, allowing your hand to just slide down your leg until you find a comfortable position, and then opening the shoulder up towards the sky. Good. Let's make that into a little bit of a flow. Hand comes down, reaching over. Good. Inhale up and exhale over the other side. A couple more times on your own breath. Last one. Good. And let's switch knees. First, let's just sit down onto our knees. One hand to the arm and the other hand to the belly. Closing the eyes. Come back to your visualization. Good. Back up to tall knees and extending the left leg out. Your foot's planted on the ground. And your right hand is going to come onto the ground and reaching over into a nice side stretch. Good. Inhale up and exhale over the other side. Hand is sliding down the leg and the other arm is opening. Make that into a little bit of a flow. Good. Last one. Good. And coming back onto your knees again. One hand to the heart, the other hand to the belly. Closing the eyes. And connecting to your dreams and desires. Good. Hands go onto the ground and just tucking the toes, and we're just gonna pop back into Malasana. Now, if your heels don't come onto the ground, then you're welcome to use a cushion or something underneath your heels. Palms come together, and as your hands come down to the heart, your elbows go on the inside of the knees and pushing them apart. Just take a few breaths here, long, deep breaths. And close your eyes if that's comfortable. Good. And we'll just take the left hand and extending it out in front of the knee, and the right arm is going to extend out. You're welcome to stay here if that is your limitation. If you want to go a little bit deeper, you can make your way into a bind. Good. And gently releasing. And let's go to the other side. Either staying here or making your way into a bind. Good. And then to center again and relaxing the head down. Reaching the arms out and the heels are going back. Beautiful. And let's take our legs a little bit wider and make our way into a wide-legged forward bend. So a nice flat back, first looking up and then releasing down, allowing the head to just completely hang. Good. And then we're just going to transfer the body weight over to the right, and the left foot is going to come up into Skandasana. Good. If you want to go a little bit deeper, you're welcome to take a bind. Okay, and we move into the other side. Hands can stay in prayer. You either stay here or you can take a bind. Good. And let's just move from side to side a little bit. Inhale up to center. And then exhale down. Good. Last one. Back to center. Shuffle our feet together and let's find our way back onto our bottoms. So lifting the chest, we're going to take the two peace fingers around the big toes. And finding a balance. You can either stay here if this is where your body's at. The most important thing is our spine is really, really straight. And so we'll start to extend our legs if you want to, but just keeping the spine really straight. We never want to compromise the spine to get into a posture. So if you notice the spine flips back, then you have lost the posture. We want to keep a nice straight spine and just start to extend the heels out. Good. Chest is lifted. Long, deep breaths. Good. Gently release, soles of the feet together and relaxing down. Taking the right leg and extending it out, the left heel is going to come up towards the body. We'll make our way into a forward bend. So we want to make sure that we keep the left shoulder down as we move. So we're not going to move like this. We're going to move straight forward. Relaxing down. Releasing the tension in the neck. Every exhalation, feeling the body dropping deeper and deeper into the posture. Good. And lifting up. Placing the left foot onto the ground, we'll move into a little bit of a twist. There's 3 variations. First, lifting the chest, turning the body towards the left. So your elbow can be on the inside. This is going to be level 1. Make sure the right foot stays active and doesn't go to sleep, whatever variation you're taking. Level 2 is going to be with your elbow on the outside. And level 3 is going to be coming right around in a bind. Make sure the right foot stays active. Lift the chest, turn and looking behind you, keeping your gaze focused on only one spot. Allowing the breath to flow freely. Good. Back to center. One breath twist in the opposite direction. And taking your left foot, bringing it right over so the top of the foot is on the ground. Good. And then bending the right knee back. Tops of both feet are on the ground. If this is too much for your body, you can simply do it like so. Good. And if both feet are in this position, just place your hands onto the ground, lifting yourself up so the knees stack a little bit better. Lifting the chest. And then taking the right arm, bringing it up, bending at the elbow. The left arm is going to reach around, clasping the fingers. And closing the eyes. And this is quite an intense posture. There's a lot going on in the body. So inviting the body to relax. So noticing the intensity and just sitting with the feeling. Good. And release and forward bend. Good. And lifting up. Extending both legs out. Bopping up and down a little bit. And then we move to the other side. The right heel comes up. Left leg extends out. We move into a forward bend. Inhale, lifting the chest. Keeping the right shoulder down. Forward bend. Couple of deep breaths here. Every exhalation, feeling the body softening. Good. Gently lifting up and taking the right foot, placing it onto the ground. Choosing your variation of the twist. Either your elbow is on the inside or the outside, or we move into a bind. Just make sure that your left foot stays active, whatever variation of the twist that you're going to take. And keep the breath flowing freely and smoothly. Good. And gently release. We'll take one breath twist in the opposite direction. And then the right foot comes over. Top of the foot goes onto the ground. And then bending the left knee also. Tops of both feet are on the ground. Ideally, if that doesn't work, then your foot on the ground like so. Hands go onto the ground, lifting up so you can stack your knees a little bit better. Sitting back down again. Taking the left arm and extending it up, bending at the elbows. The other hand comes around, clasping the fingers or holding onto your shirt or a strap if you need to. And then closing the eyes and inviting the entire body to relax. And just sitting with the intensity that you're feeling. Good. Gently releasing the hands. We make our way into a forward bend. Just coming to wherever works for your body. And just try to release the neck. And just 2 more long, deep breaths. Fully release and relax. Good. Coming back up again. Release. Extending both legs out. Just bopping your knees up and down a little bit. And let's make our way onto our backs again. Good. Extending the arms out. And just making nice big circles with your knees. Giving the sacrum a nice massage, touching all areas. Other direction. Good. And then taking your right leg, crossing it over top of the left, and then allowing both knees to drop over to the left side. And just adjust your shoulders so you're a little more flat on the back, and then turning your head towards the right. Now, if this is too much for your body, simply uncross the legs. And the higher that you have your knees up towards your chest, the deeper you're going to go into the twist. Though you can also put a cushion underneath your knees for comfort. Just find your variation of the twist where you can totally relax. Anytime we're in a twist, it's very nourishing for the spine and the digestive system. We want to invite the body to relax here. Every exhalation, just feeling a complete letting go as you surrender to the bliss of the twist. And gently unravel yourself. Draw your knees up into your chest. Wrap your arms around your knees, gently rocking from side to side. Taking the left leg, crossing it over top of the right. Arms extend out, dropping the knees towards the right. If you need to adjust your shoulders so you're a little more flat on the back, you can. Turning your head towards the left. Again, if you need to make any adjustments or use cushions or blocks, or even if it's too much, you can uncross your legs. Finding a variation of the twist where you can totally relax. Long, deep breaths. Feeling a feeling of surrender and letting go. Beautiful. 2 more breaths. Good. And gently relax. Really unravel yourself. Your arms around your knees. And we'll move back into the posture that some of us began with the soles of the feet together. Knees dropping out to the side. If this is too much for you, you're welcome to put blocks underneath your thighs. One hand to the heart, the other to the belly. Just noticing the effects of the practice and how you're feeling right now. Coming back to your visualization, your dreams and desires. Holding steady in your mind what it is that you're working towards. And repeating the words, I am capable. Notice the feeling in the body as you visualize that you've already achieved your goal. Visualize this as truth. Noticing how you feel once you've achieved your goal. Allow those feelings to wash over the body, wash over the soul. Just a few more long, deep breaths here. Beautiful. And gently drawing the knees up and making your way into the final rest of Savasana. You're welcome to place a cushion underneath your knees or your head for comfort if you need. Arms and legs splayed out to the sides, making any last adjustments, moving the body around a little bit so that you can completely settle in. Feeling your facial muscles relaxing. Feeling the upper back, the middle back, and the lower back melting into the mat. Feeling the arms relaxing. Feeling the legs relaxing. Feeling yourself completely letting go. Each breath, you're drifting deeper and deeper into relaxation. And gently start bringing awareness back into the body, wiggling the fingers and the toes, perhaps moving the head from side to side. And gently drawing the knees up, wrap the arms around the knees, gently rocking from side to side. Good. And dropping to the side and finding your way back up to seated. Finding a comfortable seated position. Use hands to your knees. Noticing the effects of the practice. And one last time, coming to your visualization, repeating the words, I am capable. And gently drawing the hands up, rubbing the hands together, creating heat, creating blessings, churning the vibrations of our dualities into oneness, pulling the hands apart, and showering those blessings over the crown of the head. Give blessings to the eyes that help you see. Give blessings to the ears that help you hear. Give blessings to the throat that helps you communicate. Down the chest, blessings to the stomach that houses the digestive fire. Around to the back, blessings to the hips, bless them to open. Thighs for their strength, the knees for their flexibility, our lower legs. Give blessings to the feet that give us the power to stand present in this moment. Blessings to our healing hands, and blessings to our arms that will pick us up when we fall. Shoulders for their strength, and finally to the heart center, center of love, devotion, and compassion. Gently dropping the forehead down, reflecting on something in your life that you're grateful for. Placing the hands to the earth, taking a humble bow in gratitude. And rising up again, hands back to heart center. Thank you everyone so much for joining me. It has been a real pleasure as always. Have yourself a wonderful day.